Hi everybody, welcome to day one of the Swing Fit golf program. Today we're going to work on core and spine rotation and some hip work. So you need one heavy weight. My heavy weight is a 9-pound weight, and optional one lighter weight, and mine is going to be 3. We're going to come to all fours to get started. Make sure you have a mat, something for your knees. If you don't have a mat, use a towel, just something to protect so you're not on that hard ground. Coming to an all fours position, we have knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Make sure you're not winging through your shoulder blades. Pull that navel towards your spine, so suck that belly button in. Try to cinch through that rib cage so it's not popping. We're gonna start with some breath work and spinal movement. So take that deep breath, inhale through your nose. Exhale, round through that spine, tucking your tailbone and keeping that navel pulled in. Inhale, release it, open up through the chest, find your gaze across the way. Exhale, round it out. Inhale. So some cat-cows here. Exhale. Inhale, one more each direction. Look at your thighs and look away. Find neutral. Okay, so we're in our neutral spine, still pulling that navel in. We're gonna extend that right leg out, left arm out. If you can't do the arm right off the bat, keep it down under your wrist and just work legs to start. So we're gonna reach those fingertips away. You're going to lift up that leg to about hip height, reach those toes away. Keep your hip bones shining forward. Try not to sink into that arm. You know, we're just holding it here. This is good core work. Keep that belly button pulled in. We're trying not to sink our one side of our body into our arm if we have the arm up. Otherwise, connect that arm to the ground. That's totally fine. Keep that tummy tucked the whole time. Don't lift your leg higher than hip height. And when you're ready, we're gonna bring it in. So bring both your knee and your elbow in and extend it and reach and lengthen and pull that navel in. So you feel those abdominals working on the lengthening, keeping it pulled in as you bring the arm and leg in. Also getting work through that arm that's stabilizing. Holding it here. A few more like this. And now we're gonna add a rounded spine. So bring it in and tuck that tailbone, pull that navel in, and lengthen as you reach away. Pull it in and lengthen. Again, if you need to drop that arm, do so. Tuck that navel in and round and tuck. Tuck it in and extend. Not super fast. Try to find that lengthening. Feel those glutes and hamstrings working. Holding it here for a few more. For 3, 2, 1. Pull it in, lengthen it out, hold it. Now, you can have no weight or add a light weight. Holding that leg in place. If you have to lower the leg down, lower it down. We're moving that arm. I'm grabbing my 3-pound weight. Palm is facing the ground. Just working and warming up those arms. Holding it here. Keep that tummy tucked for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, lower that arm down, bring it back up, bring it wide, no weight if you added it. Lower that arm, leg down. You're going to open up, rotating, and then you're gonna thread the needle through, kind of diving down a little bit, and then you're gonna open it up and bring it through. Open it up, finding that good spinal rotation, really stretching those fingers towards that ceiling as you rotate, then reaching them through and reaching those arms or those fingers away as you thread it through. That supporting arm can bend as you thread that needle. For 4 and 3, your core is working too. Last one, reach it, grab it under, find forward facing, bring that arm down, bring that leg in. Let's sit into that child's pose. Spread your knees apart, sit your hips back, reach your fingertips forward. Take 2 deep breaths, in through that nose, out through that mouth. And press yourself back on up. Side 2. We're gonna start Arm and leg opposite. Lift that leg to hip height, and you're just bringing it in and lengthening, hips shining forward. Press that palm into the ground to keep yourself lifted and not sinking. Obviously, the modification is placing that arm on the ground. Reaching and extending so you feel those abdominals connect to that spine. Keep that rib cage drawn in. Head is in line with your spine. No tilting the chin to chest and no looking up. Now we round. Pull it in, squeeze it in, and then lengthen. Squeeze it in. Find that gaze towards those legs. Squeeze it in. Breathing here. Feeling that contraction of those abdominals because you're pulling it in and rounding. A few more here. Keep that breath work going. For 3. And 2. And 1. Lengthen, hold it. Just bring that arm to a T and forward. T, forward. I'm grabbing my light weight. Palm is facing down. Holding this. Using those abdominals. If you need to lower that leg, lower it down. For 5. And 4. Keep that navel pulled in. Hip bones shining to the ground. 2. And 1. Bring it in. Lower that weight down. Bring your arm out back to that T. Keep that leg, actually press it down, tuck those toes. You're gonna open up, reaching those fingertips, rotating through that spine. Thread that needle, lower it down. Reach it up. Keep those glutes engaged as well. So as you rotate, give your glutes a squeeze. And reach that arm through. Rotate. And obviously modify. If you can't get a ton of rotation, do what you can. Maybe you don't go all the way through. Maybe you don't reach all the way up. Holding it here. For 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. Reach it through and add that rotation. Bring it down, bring that leg in. Sit back into that child's pose. Take that breath. Nice job. And then press yourself on up. We are gonna come to seated. Take a roll down, work that those abdominals and get a little stretch through those hamstrings and hips. So sit up tall, grab behind your hamstrings, curve through your spine, and you're tilting that pelvis forward, rounding, C-curving, one vertebra at a time. If you can't do a rounded spine, just come lying on down and don't articulate through that spine. We're gonna hug both knees into our chest, nice and tight. You can leave your head down, or if you want a little bit of progression, take that breath, tuck that navel in, scoop through that belly and come on up. We're extending one leg long. Either you go low if you have the flexibility or stay high. The other leg, hands are staggered on that shin and you're pushing that thigh into your midline of your body. So pulse it twice, switch, pulse, pulse, switch, press, press, switch. Now everybody has their different range of flexibility with the legs, how straight you can go. If you can't straighten out those legs because you're tight, just work the best you can here. If you're in that lift, hold the lift, make sure that belly is scooped. You should be the tips of the bottom tips of those shoulder blades. Holding it here, keep on breathing. You can pick it up a little bit here. We're gonna move to a new move, but holding the chest lift, otherwise lower down if you need to. Here, a few more here. One more each side. And bring them both in. Let's lower down for a moment. Take that breath. We're gonna extend one leg up to 90 and one leg out to 45. So again, if you can't straighten that leg, you can keep it slightly bent if needed. Grab behind that hamstring, or if you want more of a stretch, pull up closer to your feet. Curl up, pull it twice, and switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. This is called the single straight leg stretch. Try not to rock through the upper body. Keep that navel tucked in. This is great for the hamstrings, great for the core. Again, the more you do it, the more flexibility you're gonna get. If you can't straighten through those legs, that's completely fine. Keep on breathing. The breath work is important in Pilates. Inhaling through that nose, exhaling through that mouth. You're gonna work those abdominal muscles even more. Let's finish this up for 6, 5, give that a little pulse, pull each time. 4, 2, last one, hug it in. Woo. Take that breath. Okay, you need to rock side to side for a moment. We're gonna draw those legs to a tabletop position. So this is table, 90-degree bend at that knee, knees over hips. We're gonna draw those hands behind the base. Actually, no, bring them up over your chest, connecting your hands together. We're gonna go into some crisscross abs. So when you're ready, you're gonna reach up and over to one side with both hands, keeping them connected, and bring it back through center. Reach up and over to the other side. So the opposite shoulder blade lifts off the mat. Reaching and pulling. If you want to add some legs, you can straighten one leg as you reach and then bring it back to table. Straighten the other leg. Keep that breath work going. Exhale on the lift, inhale on the reset. Keep those hands actively pressing into each other. Don't just leave them touching, but press them. Getting some chest work, some arm work with the abdominals. Holding it here for a few more. Working those obliques. Keep that spine connected to the mat. So especially the middle to low part of your spine. Do so by pressing that navel in. Holding this next one. We're gonna hold that crisscross for 5, 4, keep those hands pressing, 3, 2, 1, bring it back, hold side 2, breathing here, press those hands for 5, 4, press those hands, you're getting those abdominals engaged, 3, 2, and 1, whew. Bring it back through center, lower those legs down, spread those arms to a T, take some knee sways, stretch through those hips, stretch through those obliques and abdominals. Maybe look in that opposite direction. And bring it through center, over to the other side. And back through center. You can leave your knees bent, feet flat. Grab behind those hamstrings or bring arms overhead. Take that breath. You're gonna pull it on up to seated. Lengthen out those legs. If you can't straighten your legs, it's okay to keep them bent. Bring your arms out to shoulder height. Sit up tall on those sits bones. Tuck that tummy in tight. You're gonna round through that spine like somebody's pulling you from the back and reach your fingers to your toes. And then you're gonna round through that spine and sit up nice and tall, keeping the abdominals engaged the whole time. Reach forward as you press the belly button back and then sit up nice and tall. This is called a spine stretch. So if you have flexion issues, like your doctor told you should not flex through your spine, don't do this. Keep your spine long, bring the arms up, and you can just reach and stretch forward. Nice long spine. This is another option, okay? Let's just take a few more. Reach, inhale, exhale, sit it on up. Last one, reach, and sit it on up. Spread those arms wide. Actually, no, bring them to forearm over forearm. Your legs are wide, your feet are flexed. You're gonna twist and bring it through center. Twist and bring it through center. And center. And center. So feel that core working. And nice job. Taking a few more here, keeping that tummy tucked tight, like your waist is being wrung out like a washcloth. Last one each side. And back through center, lower it down. Whew, we're almost at time. We're gonna use that heavy weight and get one round of some standing work. So, I am going to face you guys. Probably gonna go a little over the 15 minutes, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're gonna do some back lunges. So I'm standing about hip distance parallel feet. I have my weight in hands. I'm gonna press it back. Okay, so we're in that back lunge. We're gonna twist through that waist, bring it forward, and bring the leg in. Same side, continuing these. This is our last move, getting just more rotation, working these hip flexors. We're gonna add and progress here. Breathing here. Keeping that twist going, working those obliques quite a bit today. We're adding on in a couple more on the same side. if available, the next time you bring it up, we're gonna bring it back, twist, reach arms overhead and lift up your legs. Bring it back, twist, and lift for 8. Balance challenge 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, bring it back, bring it in. Side 2. Bring it back, twist, and in. Twist, and in, back. Really twist. Keep those hips shining forward. Breathing here. Side 2 may feel different in that you feel maybe more balanced, less balanced, but our bodies have imbalances, so you just have to work through it. Take it slower if you need to. Now we add on after this next one. We bring it up and bring it back, twist. Up, back, twist. Up. For 7 and 6. That front leg is getting worked too. Working on the balance. Keep that tummy tucked. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it in. Nice job, drop that weight. Just to wrap it up, spread those legs apart. Take that deep breath. We're gonna hold one wrist with one hand, reach and stretch and hold that stretch for a breath. Feel that rib cage expand, exhale through that mouth. Bring it up, grab the other wrist, pull it over. And bring it up and open up through that chest, and you're all set. I hope you enjoyed day 1. Thanks.